Yeah, transformations. We transform ourselves to transform people. Therefore, I hope so be here. Yeah, the wait is over. But Obas, why I share this video. In fact, I wanted us to have 2 hours, 30 minutes for this live. But unfortunately, because share baby, I fear and madrufi. I think I shall say 3:30, but I shall say 4. Which means 30 minutes and I share going to say and 10 times said the bay meet me baby. I don't want to do part 1, part 2. But no ambassador made the mom on the door so there are many. There are many things that we need to share today. So many. The a here say we share video no invite people. Let's start quickly. We better me na say me fa medium so na ye dada obi bia otimi eba duma first ni bi. Dada obi a Nyankopon hire obi a we bia obi a team participate ye na Nyankopon kan obi a ho. It was very nice. Duma Fest was something else. The numbers were so huge, and I was very pleased because I said, "Team no bo Muhammad pa Mr. Goslav ne team no Bismarck ho, Dechi ho, Jonathan ho, Kwaku ho, Ken ho, Prince omunyina ho. Yeah. It was great. And sana Sunyani team so Felix were ho, Kodi Felix, and transformation Felix were ho, Honorable Usu were ho, and all the other members are omoka home. Bibi to me then echo ya fine. Until they say they do my first no ababe china ho. It has come to stay. Okay, until yeah the nyame very soon you better say I prepare for Duma Fest 2027. That time the training won't come. Something massive will happen as well. Duma Fest was great. It was very, very great. It was massive. The numbers, the numbers were huge. Anyway, so today is 8th January 2026. My birthday, because it's very unfortunate. Say every year be an 3rd January, and your forecast of the year. But unfortunately, because of Duma Fest, in fact, forecast mature the whole October, November. I'm talking about the global forecast, mature at the whole since I think the October when I'm say, and the first week in November, and me year. Until plan say you do Duma Suya. They contem me ko Duma Suya 22nd. Because me free India, I be drew Ghana 21st, 22nd, and I'm a call Dumasuya. Many team in the call. And today plan is I could draw a Nanka I record no at the atoho. Until Yamebo are ted no nay. By a call any we were too busy. Na chance ending because na Emrena Bank 30th class Dumasuya Brilliance Challenge. And no a quiz no you focus on tradition and culture and norms. It was very nice. The same day I my birthday no. Enti ye yes so no Duma Fest no shall say on the 2nd. Nti amaye ntimi anya ho an record one to ho. Nti na nei na me de ma ba me kire say October November na me kire forecast no for 2026 to ho. Because be no e no bi kura na e wo forecast no kura ha say ACC dida. And nti na me brief za no. So obi bia wa follow me ache wonim say every year 3rd January na me da beto abonten. But this time around Duma Fest no anko boying because of time na conflict ntina akobanisa no. But I have few things that I want to discuss with you. In fact, and now I'm me mama 109 different predictions for the year because we are dealing with number 1 this year. Do here the matro ha man number nkasa no 107. But me will be in fact this time around I wrote something about Ghana. I want to be about Ghana, so I wrote something about Ghana. Many things that man number. See, me together, 109 different kind of information person made them for the year 2026. I was saying, my mentor baby. Normally, no. So you try forecasting in the 2 whole week. based on your draw chart no year 2026 your draw chart no all the positions of the planet within the year. Now you all the houses of the universe also, and then you the nakshatras ni nyina you can nyina de bomu a. Now no we will write some of the things that you name say those signs ni nyina ekire. But where be we no, these are the astrological part of the whole thing that we do. So as a seer, as a clairvoyant, as a mystic, you still go deep down yourself to find out information when you're based on the constellation chart, send it here. And to be honest with you, we are humans. You're humans in tea. You're humans in tea. Untimu enklimu say ubi be our man 100%. I'm being sincere with you. I'm a human. And into the ABA, assemble community be kind and code the way as a cocoba, but many say, ye pay dear, you bet me mistake back on me names. But you'll be follow me a child. Say papa waiting some of the cano, a zally any BC within the year. It's opposite who greedy me. Go back to 2025, 3rd January 2025. And some of me can't about the year, no, tea no can now we all have a ding about ye. So we are about giving you tomorrow's news today. Things that we need to expect tomorrow, all the way to the end of the year, and then never better ones. So they make an edit the 8th January 2026. I say end of 3rd January. But the forecast was written down from October until we do first week in November, and it was sealed. But are there just an upper way just this morning because I knew and my name of your life about the global forecast. So what I normally do, I sit in meditation. So around 2 a.m. I was up, so I sat down in meditation. And then when I was going through all the normal church, which make us confirming there are few things to be a manifest here. A bomi. What did I make? There are few things that me who no pay during my sober reflections on things that I am about discussing with you. No maybe an amen can a poppy at a manifest here, a bomi who make us a was me. Yeah. We are about talking about 2026 forecast, but information from 2026 up to 2030. Idea be serious. What the world is going to experience within this period. Let me see. And then I will discuss that with you. In fact, nene names remedies be but no that aspect na me hu ye no. And I me who I said today. We are as some mouth remedies be what you need to do from now to 2030. So we will be our kaya. Makanda say something that looks like a third world war will happen in 2032. But I said no pay during my sober reflection when I was trying to see and no man nobody whom community saying no. At the tail end of it, it was around 3:30 or something to 4. At the tail end of it, I saw information a basic from this year 2026 to 2030, which is 5 years from now. Abusia, share this video and more information. I want to give you tomorrow's news today. As usual, you have to read because I have about 109 different kind of predictions. A bit have a pen, be 222 because make Jimmy be at least 109 different prediction. Ghana, dear man, number. I have some information there for Ghana. I said, Briba moi, menemo a bed discuss it. Ghana, dear no. It's very unfortunate. I needed 2 hours 30 minutes. And then I made them share 3:30. But unfortunately, me ko baby ko ya de ya me drew fi intem. And I'm at this time. Until me try say within the 2 hours, meet my baby every. Said the money no, I am an astrologer. I am a numerologist. I'm a psychic. I'm a mystic. Because of all this field that be all pretty well, you know, that's why I'm called a life coach. So we gather information from all these angles. Now, I'll be discussing. The year 20. My voice. Do my first no. I could dini pa juma. I could bread. So I need what. Make I need water. That's in Bajo Mama means why. And into the year 2026. Number 1. A year 2026. Number 1 numerologically. So a 2026 to 2 plus 0 plus 2 a 4 plus 6 a 10. 10 here 1 0. Please tell them to give me water, okay? Yeah. So 4 plus 6 no a 10. 10 here 1 0. So 1 plus 0 remember 1. So this year a year 2026 no a number 1. But me back. Number 1. Me here so I need water. Yeah, bruh. Yeah. I know my minute. Me my dry. But your mom just a minute while me back. Thank you. And then you better be about 2 hours 30 minutes because information is also. And say the mechano and then if January 2026. The forecast was written down at the tail end of October. November. Do my facility man. I am telling you this because no man a macho no. Better me and son major ones see. The baba one man their child. The year is 2026, which represent number 1. Now there said the made bibiano. The year no a deal with number 2. A deal with number 6 and a deal with number 1. And there 2 no here 2. Okay, 2. I don't 2 no be 4. And a 6 so then we can have my 1. So we discuss number 2, number 6, and then number 1. Okay? And then there is a uber astrologically. Number 2 no I want a positive trait. I want a negative trait. Number 6, I want a positive trait. I want a negative trait. Then the presiding number of the year, number 1, also want a positive trait. I want a negative trait. So there are many babyano. Make sure numbers means when you number 2, number 6, and number 1. Yeah, we are what you should be expecting within the year. Okay. Now here we are. Then we move on there. Number 1. What does it stand for? Planet bend a control number 1. Now, what are the positives and the negatives of that planetary rule number 1? No, now they call. We are now come specifically what we should be expecting. I will cover so many areas in the world. Say the million baby and just to guide you. But before I come and more order for forecast, personal forecast in it. This year, nipe order ye a overwhelming. Okay. And because when me a manual, mama ordering a manually made and you automated. It take it a mature beer dear we are. In fact, mama nipan best about 300 may momo. The IT4 no apuli the whole details no. Nti ebinu munya. Nti wonsanya nkan wo dey relax am on it. Obi bia na order ne dey no e wo December bia no. I mean mo order ne first no munyina no meguso am send dey am dey ba. Nti you be our order here from the beginning no. Relax. I am actually doing it. Me send man crofo but a manual and a way no bin to me mboa me say me na me calculate na my send amount like that and I need to take time kakra nti mo fan che more die na che e say ka mo saka de dada because me promise me say acha by the end of the year na ka mo saka but na if so obi nsan kan e binim saka mo de so please just forgive me and relax do my first na ka ho a lot of engagement on that be about 2 a.m. at times 3 a.m. santi and I'm na delay kakra no but say you do my first na dey me go so am send there anti say me send there IT for na ma nyina we are no must pull another details until the one san kan ya relax ma say be my friend I say that the san kan you yes I'm on it I say I have received mine okay this is a medical wisdom okay until obi else be kan there I'm on it okay na me boy free ochina ko no and then me we free ochina ko I say I haven't received mine this owura kweku don't worry there's no need saying it one san kan me go so ameye obi answer beka nti ade number 2 ewom 2026 no shade number 2 no egina homa harmony and cooperation that is a positive trait okay so diplomacy sensitivity intuition cooperation adaptability peacemaking support and patience these are the positive traits of number 2. So it means that in this year 2026 some of the influence ebeba from diplomacy sensitivity intuition cooperation adaptability peacemaking support and patience these are the positive traits of number 2. About the negative traits of number 2 are indecision over emotions timidity dependency shyness fearfulness easily influencing or depression so these are the negative traits of number 2. So it means that this year obi bia na ubenya the positive traits of number 2 no you should expect all those wonderful and something make kan no but obi bia so you be influenced by the negative trait of number 2 no you should be expecting all these negative things that I just mentioned and because the year no number 2 no depression count this year the level of depression no will be something else. Yeah, please share this video. I want this number to go to about 3k 4k 5k because information here the man no a big information. Okay, now let's go to number 6. Number 6 you know so the positive trait in nurturing and responsibility. Okay, so positive trait in compassion loving responsibility harmony art protection community oriented and then healing. So these are the positive trait of number 6. But the negative trait of number 6 you know, is self-righteousness, meddling, perfectionism, domineeringness at home, jealousy, over-sacrificing or stubborn. So these are the negative traits of number 6. But I feeling now okay kabomwa 2 plus 2 plus 6 about 10 here 1 plus 0 which will give you number 1. No, today I'm not on TikTok. It's only on Facebook, please, because I need all the crowd here. We don't want to disperse you guys, so that's why I'm here only Facebook and kwamanye TikTok and kahon. We are now be post video near the kokoto or the saying YouTube. Here today I will predict who is going to win the 2026 World Cup. Okay? Today, I am going to give you what the stars are saying. The last 3 teams are or more and first, second, third. You know, stars, and I say I should tell you which country is going to win the World Cup, which country is going to be second, and which country is going to be the third. It is something I don't normally do, but the star want me to tell you this. So the football fans, please come on board and let's have this discussion. So everybody must come to Facebook. We don't have anything on TikTok or YouTube today. We are just on Facebook. So Abusia, I will give you gist of the World Cup. Who is going to win the World Cup? Who is going to be second? And who is going to be third? I will give you those info because some of you have been asking me since 2004. Are you World Cup back on a boy on the time bank? 2002 the omobo kata no ye wi ya pe na me de ba bonten say a country be na be winning a World Cup 2026. Today I am going to give you first, second, third. Nti mo amudi twa belt na mo twa bet. Why? They are there. So okay, 2 plus 2 plus 6 ni bomu a ebe ma saying 10. 10 no in numerology can number 1 because 1 plus 0 be ma 1. Okay? Now 1 so what are the positive traits and negative traits of number 1? So number 1 leadership and independence. Yeah, number 1 leadership and independence. So positive traits near pioneering, courage, innovation, ambition, confidence, originality, strong will, natural leadership. These are the positive traits of number 1. So this year, obi biya na ubenya the influence of number 1 positively. No, these are the things that ube experience in our life. Okay, but the negative trait of number 1, egoism, dominance, aggression, impulsiveness, selfishness, overly assertiveness, lonely or isolation. So these are the negative traits of number 1. Yeah. So number 1, according to astrology, mystical science, numerology, number 1 is ruled by the sun. Yeah. Number 1 is ruled by the sun. And it means this year, what will happen in 2026 will be determined by the influence of the sun. Okay? Share this video. Share the video, invite your people, and like the video. You should do that. I mean, that's a little you can do. The way algorithms say ni padodo like you video and algorithms be man kwachiri. Nti wo ba hey me say yet ya better 2 hours 30 minutes you better na discuss we nyina. The obetime ya na say you share it for us, you like the video, and then you invite friends. I mean, that's a little you can do to support what we're doing. Okay? And then this year is ruled by the sun. The sun rules number 1. The maximum, the positive, the negative trait of number 1. But let's go to the sun. When the sun rules, what happens? Because my are very dry. Now let's go to the number the sun. So when the sun rules, these are the things we need to expect. Leadership. So this year is about leadership. The year 2026 is just about leadership. Leadership, that goes with the positive traits of number 1 and the sun. But because the negative traits of the sun and the negative traits of number 1, no, it is something that is very contradictory to good leadership, you know. Any leader be influenced by the negative trait of the sun and number 1, no, they will cause havoc in the world this year. Okay? Any leader are influenced by the negative trait of the sun and number 1, no, that leader no cause havoc in the world. But all the leaders are, I say, Mom, we are investors. Today I have investment bits for all of you. Yeah, Mom, but we stock trading, we cryptocurrency, all that, you know, real estate, gold, rare matter, come over here because today I want to give you tidbits about how to invest your money in the year 2026. But said, please share this video, like the video, invite people. The number is still not encouraging. We're still below 2,000, 2K. So share this video. So when the sun rules, you should understand the sun rules leadership, vitality, ego, authority, and independence. Because Mami Ngege is saying, I hope so you're okay. Because the sun is number 1. All the qualities of number 1 is controlled by the sun. So when the sun rules, such as being dominant, strong in a natal chart, okay, or in a universal year influenced by number 1, as we are in number 1, its energies amplifies intensely. So this can manifest positively as confidence and achievement, but when unbalanced or overly dominant, it leads to challenging negative occurrences. The positive side and the confidence and achievement in good leadership. But when the energy is unbalanced, leaders become overly dominant, and that will lead to challenging and negative occurrences. So in leadership, leaders are supposed to serve their subjects. But when one is influenced negatively by the sun and number 1, they become overly dominant. And that kind of attitude, it produces challenging negative occurrences in Kwa. So the year 2026, the whole world will go through serious situations. But country are more fortunate, or more leaders will be influenced by the positive side of the sun and number 1, they will be very successful because the year is about leadership. So, no my best is no be na when it comes to health, what we should expect. When it comes to career, what we should expect within the year. And when it comes to relationship and personality and behavioral changes, when we are based on number 1 and the sun, you should be able to know what you go through. But because I won't go through all that, but me say may go straight to the 109 predictions of the world in 2026. But I didn't make no. And when I was doing my sober reflection on the information I'm medical, today is 8 January 2026. But the forecast was written down at the tail end of October, and the room up to October and November, first week or second week in November. But because we do my first month, so some of the things I'm not sure that, but I'll still give you the gist because I already know my true be at the at all. Nti anope na me sober reflection because I then me be a focus discussion then I have to go deep down myself, and then I have to try to see all the things I have written down and how 100% it is, and you won't believe it. Some few things came up. It made me scared. I felt scared. And the information about actually, a normal basis from 2026 to 2030, 5 years from now. Until me yet 2026 focusing in every year. Now what do? Except me do go through from now 2026 to 2030. What is going to happen? Serious things. Yeah. Serious things. Number 1, say the only na metro nti mekan na maka otwi mu e de akere. Number 1, the economy of the world will be in turbulence due to the AI bubble. You got the AI bubble. What do I say? Every company is investing so much into AI because the whole world now is about AI, artificial intelligence. And because everybody is investing into AI, so investment, ebe fail the world. They're going to see in and they show AI. Sikafu for be infra bonte emma. And into no scanning in AI, artificial intelligence. In that case, it's like a bubble. Only there, a young cran, you see no ma a huruna ebano. I bubble and now I want to partner pie. So the AI bubble, and it's every company, almost everybody is investing into the AI, Ebema AI now pay the investment to never cause serious economic issues in the world. Yeah. So the economy of the world will be in turbulence due to the AI bubble. There will be over investment in AI that will cause radical stock falls. There will be a huge adjustment in AI stocks. It will not be a huge disaster because the economy will recover. And the AI bubble, all the investment, serious investment into the AI, no, this year, no, ebe basti. Na basti ahun, ebe ma investment, no, ebe nya radical stock falls. All the stocks need to be falling down, radical ones. But fortunately, no, ebe say recover at the end of the day. That's number one. Number two, the British economy will suffer because of loss of trust in the UK government. Mamu UK in start and the country must say. More economy no ebe suffer so much because of loss of trust in the UK government. So a lot of people in the UK no or more trust in the government no is going down. Because of that in the UK, moving a lot of economic crisis in the year 2026. Into the UK now what also things will be difficult economically. UK. Number three, Canada will also suffer so much economically because of over dependence on exports. Canada will also suffer so much economically because of over dependence on export. Because we can say export there, so be a exporter. But Canada is over dependent on export. And into issues of money America for about the tariff issue all that no. China be America focus here more import ni be more export na. What do you do? So over dependence on export into ebema Canada as suffer economically. Okay, now here deal. Daily farmers will organize huge demonstrations, that is protests against the government due to hardship. And into omo ye Ayebiafo so omo hwe na ntwie ne amoamoa no omo be serious campaign against the Canadian government no. Okay, omo be serious demonstration protest against it due to hardship. These difficulties will help these economies long term because they will be forced to adjust on how things are done. The idea, even though the over dependence on export in Canada, ebema Canada for akwa ahochirem economically, but ekwa animu no ebema has had under no money, and inti ebema even though na ye ban no ma ye bad things, but ebema bo mo matimi stand properly based on a resolution no mo be. So even though the beginning no a bad because of dependence on export, but sa bre on bekomu no ebema ma ye den almost so many things. Bibia betimi asesa ewo the way omoyo no. Number 4, Australia will do better economically because of rare earth metal importation to the US or exportation to the US, and the US in turn will have a lot of investment in Australia, including deals. So the Americans say UK air suffer, Canada air suffer, now Australia for be to Australia, this year is a good year. Now then, the West and also for American say UK economy starts and say on break. Canada for so be go to then Australia for the or more enya because say when we say China for and Emma we are seeing na the real earth metals and can see pa how na America for nyefi. But now there's a tariffs need trade war na war America for China for no. America for be focus on Australia. And in the Sikadodua, or Medical China all the time for rare earth metals. So now no, they will push everything into Australia. In Australia for ebe import rare earth metals. Even on behalf of no I my more say rare earth no or matimi mine we no on be process it. So there will be so many deals between the US and Australia. This ebema Australia. For Australia, I'm telling you, say 2026 economically, you guys will do very, very, very well. Number 5, China will economically suffer, even though they are so strong economically. Yeah? China, omu wosika, omu nebuba amount for bosia, but this year China will suffer economically. As we go on, China is going to suffer in 2026 economically. And there are many things about the president of China, about the president of the UK, about North Korea, about the US, about Joe Biden. I have a lot of information today for you. What about Ghana? At the tail end, they mature a lot of things about Ghana. I hope that I be permitted. I meet my in Hama. What will happen with Ghana? Okay. So I say China will economically suffer, even though they are so strong economically. Now, best and this year top. And number 6, number 7 there will be bonds frozen market. Workers not being paid. The housing problems in China will cause so much problems for the citizens. All this is due to massive adjustment to the world economy in 2026. And it is a China or more housing market, a huge. Okay, and the housing market ever encounters severe problems, and that problem, a lot of difficulties about because there will be massive adjustment to the world economy. They ever affected China for or more housing market, and a housing industry so much to the point ebema kurumu for no and what should to the point that China of all places, so there will be frozen bonds. Or call the bond market now, it will be frozen for some time. If some workers cry no more pay could be delaying all that. And I'm giving you tomorrow's news today. Some of these things obeti news as usual. China will seek out but their housing industry, this year already the housing industry in China will issue kakra. But this year na be serious, very severe. The citizens of China I want you to do what China. Pay attention to what I'm telling you because I'm giving you tomorrow's news today. Number 7. Number 8. There will be a lot of instability in the oil market globally due to the problems of Venezuela, and Europe will finally switch off the oil taps from Russia. There will be a lot of instability in the oil market globally due to the problems of Venezuela, and Europe would finally switch off the oil taps. Like I say, we are saying you issue with oil. Why? Because there will be some problem of Venezuela, and finally, Europe for money Russia for deals on oil and gas, they will switch the taps off because finding ways that means meeting those things, because there will be some severe sanctions coming on Russia. To be on Russia, Obenya secondly, tariffs because of that, Europe will try to end any deal be on money Russia what about gas and oil. Venezuela, according to forecast, before I said the see I have written everything down. Venezuela oil, and also soon about the whole world, and because of the problem, there is going to be serious instability in the oil market globally due to problems like Venezuela and Europe. They finally switch off the taps on money Russia for a. Number 9, there will be more sanctions on Russia that will slow down China and India's importation of oil from Russia. And the way I told many person or solve Ukraine and Russia and talk on they will end up piling up so many sanction on Russia. No more sanction, and some secondary sanction. I can want a secondary tariff. The country be under one in Russia, be digano. You best send the sanctions so and I more tariffs. Because of this, China for any India for or monaya or talk oil baby power what Russia they will try to slow down a bit. Almost through because ye tunnel publicly the Western world ever pour sanction on us. Because of that, about India and China be slow. I will draw money Russia. So I say there will be more sanctions on Russia that will slow down China and India's importation of oil from Russia. Number 10. Venezuela oil will be turned off entirely for a period of time. Venezuela, or more oil, it will be turned off. It will be turned off completely for some time. This is number 10. Number 11. The Northern America will go through a lot of energy crisis in 2026. To call Northern America, they will go through serious energy crisis in 2026. Number 12. New Zealand will have huge problems in the housing market. So be very careful about investing into the housing market in that country Do you be out in Venezuela? Sorry, over New Zealander. You're very careful because more housing market and so benya issue China for benya nibi. Do New Zealander, you're very careful. Don't invest into the housing market because obeshi usika. Number 13, there is going to be very, very serious problems in the crypto market. TNE. Please share this video. We are so 2.1K. 5K, okay? Number 13, there is going to be very, very serious problems in the crypto market. Mom, we investment in it, we may emphasize. I am seeing a leading coin collapse, losing about 40 to 70% in value in 2026. I am seeing a leading coin losing about 40 to 70% in value in 2026. Cryptocurrency is going to suffer in 2026. It will be a short period, but will wipe out people's investment. So, folly, this crypto now say leading coin. Ebe fall, ebe lose about 40 to 70%, you know. Ebe short fall, and you be ebe cheap, but within that short time, you know, ebe wipe amount for investment be every crypto market. So you be careful. If I make come any more time, so do you see within the year and the time bang and as our issue ebe but remember our time, you know. Na time bang ebe better. Na time bang and you can invest, you know. I will give you as we go on. Remember our time and na what to me to one amount. But obasoa na watch share video no. Why? Invite your friends and like it. Here algorithms need beam. The more you more likes, you more share no. Na algorithms need beam video no ma. Aku actually more. Yanko number 14. Bitcoin will suffer massively for a short period. There will be a lot of new regulations in the crypto market due to the global instability economically. The crypto market will recover eventually. There will be two falls, one in early of the year and the latter part of the year. So, say you do springtime, the time of spring, that time, you know, crypto no a bit lose big time. Then I make us say some leading coin to say Ethereum and now to say Bitcoin. Bitcoin lose better 40 to 70% in value. So that make an a very short time, but a better wipe out amount for investment. But time I also focus on no. There will be two falls in the year 2026. The first one will be early in the year during the springtime, and then the latter part, you know, after late in summer. Until around July, August, ho baby, September, ho baby, and a second fall no so sign abba. Number 15, the UK has been going through social unrest, but the West is about to happen in 2026. There has been social unrest happening in the UK, you know, you're aware, but the West is about happening, and it's going to happen in 2026. Who UK down so now because this year, when I get to religion and then Islamophobia, you will see what UK and Europe will be going through due to Islam and Christianity. There is something that's coming on board. I'm going to say that about Christianity. Something very serious. And a uprising in the year 2026. Don't forget that we are dealing with number one. Number one is ruled by the sun. And the sun represents arrogance, pride, and ego. So anybody obeying the negative influence of the sun, no, egoism, arrogance, pride, you know, and many parents are to be about cause a lot of commotion in the world. And then don't forget to say the sun is ruled by fire. So this year 2026, there will be so many fire outbreaks. Yeah, they're making who will be a UTM forecaster. Go back to what I did on 3rd January 2025. You will take me serious. Go back and listen to what I said. That ABC 2025. May on the 3rd January, call YouTube. Uko here we are. The American they will be taking it serious. Because me can't say my ANC. Yes, me a human. You know, you ain't me 100%. But I say me mama who be a mama who be 98% with my forecast and my year, especially with what I did in 2025. Number 15, I may say the UK has been going through social unrest, but the worst is about to happen in 2026. Number 16, there will be so much civil unrest because of migration, and not illegal migration, but all migrations. There will be so much civil unrest. And to uprising, demonstration, all that. Before, no, yes, you illegal migration. Say, be a man for a month to be a illegal food. But this time around, no, all migration will cause civil unrest in the world. The infant will be a legal and will be on your legal. It is going to cause so much problems. They may say the world will go through a lot of civil unrest, protest, especially. Okay, number 16 here. There will be so much civil unrest because of migration, and not illegal migration, but all migration. All migration. Number 17. The world will go through a lot of civil unrest, protests, especially in the UK, in the EU, and even in Japan, having issues about migration. Many unsuspecting countries will start having issues with migration in general. So what it means is that 2026, there will be so many protests, unrest, UK, EU, even Japan. Any country be unsuspecting migration. This year there will be so much civil unrest, protests against migration. Even countries are unsuspecting issue with migration, they will start doing that. Number 18. I am seeing a lot of rebellion in the US about migration through the universities. So US there before Trump ban, there was a lot of issues. As I come from a crack, a person who built from the universities, may quite any monostars never say there will be some new regulations here. The universities will not be happy with it. To ambassador has to say or more home Ayebiafo what is saying unrest and it's a protesting view. So may say I am seeing a lot of rebellion in the US about migration or about immigration through the universities. Number 19, there will be a lot of religious divisions in the world due to civil unrest against migration and especially against Islam globally. That means it to be. There will be a lot of religious divisions in the world due to civil unrest against migration and especially against Islam globally. So there will be so many religious divisions in the world because could be the indigents will be campaigning, say they don't want people to come to their country. They don't want any migration in their country, especially in Kremofo. So I remember a lot of religious divisions about 2026. Number 20, I can see many social tensions against radical Islamism globally. I can see many social tensions against radical Islamism globally. So I just say there will be so much tension against that globally. 21. The leftism in the US will turn to something else, causing a lot of social unrest due to an alliance with radical Islamism globally. To US, you were the left, you were the right. But left for no, Oman said the way at Trump and Norman, or are very radical when it comes to migration, especially when it comes to Islam. So the left will try to go and side with Muslims or Islam. Okay? Even though we are America for, and they know say some of this radical Islamism and you're very good. But because of politics in Tidom, they will try to pull themselves, the left will try to pull themselves onto the side of radical Islamism, and ever causes so much problem in the US. They may say the leftism in the US will turn to something else, causing a lot of social unrest due to an alliance with radical Islamism globally. Number 22, there will be a major revolution in Iran that will change the perception people have about radical Islamism globally. Iran will go through serious revolution this year in 2026. More moderate form of Islam will be showcased in Iran, and a kind of their ancient patient way of living will be brought back. Again, in 2026, there will be so much problem, revolution over Iran. me kwa akire be kyerɛw sɛ aban na wɔ Iran on be tunagu 2026 tieni on be tunagu e be sha say with revolution na ebeduru baabi no okɔ Iran a eye amanfo mo Iran eye Persiafo ansa na Islam ekɔ Iran. They were Persians. Nti on be sha say omo Persian identity no they will bring back. So radical Islamism wo ha I say to the bomb boy some for kwago gradually ebeko from to people perception about Islam no will be a little bit positive when it comes to the revolution at ABC or Iran. So Iran is going to go through a revolution, a serious one in 2026. And that revolution no me kwa chira me chira was say ebema the government na wo ho no ebe den ombe two government na gu. I am telling you ombe two na gu. No mu two gu wi a me kwa ni mu be hu say even Saudi Arabia Shiafo any Sunnifo no be come ho bo Iran ho. So a man for perception about Islam, so Islam they say no man there. Enko basa. Now a man for perception will change because Iran frankasan or more natural traditional way of living no Persian culture. So they will start displaying that. The man tia say ba mu say o sa Islam no kra na if you say e say ya de entisa. So there's going to be a serious revolution in Iran in 2026. So number 23, there will be Sunni and Shia alignment in Iran after the revolution in Iran. So after the revolution starts in the 2026, you know, the Shia Muslim and the Sunni Muslim they will align. They will align together with Iran because when you say ASR regime na cause a lot of problems among the Islam na Iran no. So yet two abayna no. The Shias and the Sunnis, you know, a bekambum ama ntiase abom. Me say there will be Sunni and Shia alignment in Iran after the revolution in Iran. So number 24, Saudi Arabia and Iran will form a surprising alliance in 2026. And in 2026, you know, Saudi Arabia and Iran after say abanye two abana guawi no, on be form a very strong alliance. Number 25. There will be a serious attack on the Pope, but he will escape. The Roman Catholic Pope, you know, there will be an attack on him. An attack to eliminate him. But stars and say obey escape. Yeah. So there will be a serious attack on the Pope, but he will escape. Ebacho, like the video, share the video, and invite your friends. Okay. Number 25. Okay. And no number said there's going to be a serious attack on the Pope, but he will escape. Number 26. There will be a rise of traditional Christian values in Europe due to the problems of Islam globally. There will be a rise of traditional Christian values in Europe due to the problems of Islam globally. So, Oko Europe. Among for Philip and Cramophone take over Europe. And in the amount for be now pay attention, no more pay migration. Oh, and you invite to be ano. Europe was so quite no Christian country for many years. So now, they don't follow any Christian values, you know. They will feel say, hey, Christianity is at risk. So they will all come together and start showing some signs of Christian values. For instance, Sunday I saw maybe I do Easter, so that kind of thing. So nipa do na no more Europe they will team up because they want to fight against Islam. I said what is it? The Europe hona in Kremofo take over no. What ye Christians will team up. Until me said there will be a rise of number 27, yeah. Number 26. There will be a rise of traditional Christian values in Europe due to the problems of Islam globally. So they will team up on Christ or the Quran or say me a Christian. So gradually they will team up that they want to fight Islam in Europe. Number 27. There will be a rise of an extreme traditional Christian speaker from Lebanon or Germany who will call for the ban of Islam in Europe. This person will have a great support and following globally and might be banned from social media platforms. There will be a rise of an extreme traditional Christian speaker from Netherlands or Germany, who will call for the ban of Islam in Europe. This person will have a great following and support globally and might be banned from some social media platforms. You say, okay, Europe, you will be obesoria or kasa ama Christianity, extreme traditional Christian values. Now, obenya a lot of support globally. I be do baby cry no, you be banned on social media because of the way or kasa fan. They make you better because I am giving you tomorrow's news today. Okay? Young call number 28. I see a lot of religious conflict in 2026 due to the rise of traditional Christian values globally. So there will be a rise of traditional Christian values in Europe and throughout the whole world. I don't know. A lot of conflict, a religious conflict, as we are saying in 2026. 29. Gaza peace deal will hold, but Hamas will refuse to disarm. Hamas for Omun disarm it. Even though Omo peace deal no be hold kind of the rebuilding program now on Gaza will happen in the north of Gaza, but not necessarily in 2026. You know, as on build Gaza, a shall say for 2026, but and yes, year we about to so. But northern Gaza pay on Bema because Hamas for no, they will refuse to disarm. Number 30. Middle East generally, will still go through turmoil, and I'm not seeing a Palestinian state in the predictions. Yeah, there are so many European countries, Arabic countries, I say almost support Palestinian state, but predictions say Oko Middle East and Tokabe and stars, and like I said, there's no, there's not going to be any Palestinian state in 2026. Okay, so call number 31. The West Bank will become the main point of contention as series of attacks and counterattacks will be recorded. You see, and free Gaza kakrano. West Bank na Israel for them to kwaneko. Into be attack upon attacks West Bank even though Gaza and Tokwano, you see yankumbi, but West Bank and a be serious war. 32. Lebanon, Yemen, Syria will have attacks and counterattacks from Israel. Israel will continue to attack Lebanon, Yemen, and Syria, and those places in over to us 2026. Number 33, like I said previously, there will be a serious revolution in Iran due to economic collapse, water and food shortages, and certain amount of dislike of the regime. So okay, I can say there will be a serious revolution in Iran. The internal revolution, but due to economic collapse, water and food shortages, and certain amount of dislike of the regime. And until a serious revolution about Iran in 2026. Number 34, the supreme leader of Iran will be gone in 2027. So stars and say, a supreme leader of Iran, latest by the end of 2027, he won't be there. Yes. 35. An Iranian prince or king who is in exile will return to Iran and will receive cheers from the masses. And when the kingdom or the rule of the current government of Iran a failure, there is an Iranian king or a prince. Sana stars and it can become minimum. But also an Iranian prince or king. What else did that? Now Obeko back to Iran. No choir. A man for be receiving so well, bringing a lot of support over Iran. They're making, don't be surprised because I'm giving you tomorrow's news today about the news over to they're making. So they're making one year and year. Go back to 2025, 3rd January. May you focus about the year and go and see what I said and what happened. Young call number 36. If you check my previous forecast, I predicted that Iran will have a new flag. That will happen in 2026. So, last year, 2025, I say Iran, because say able to abanagu in a way, and umbenya new flag, change your flag, Start in this prediction I made last year, 2025, a basic 2026. But you no like video, share the video, invite your friends. Reason is say video ebe like more algorithms need beam ama video no actually. Video ebe share the more algorithms need beam. Ntime oba na watch share no like impact. Why? So yanko Number 37. There will be two people who will become very powerful in Iran. A young man and an old lady. This signifies the drastic change from the old regime to a new one. So according to the stars, when the regime in Iran falls, there are two persons very famous. One young guy and one old lady. Take mantle into the heart. Everything will be revolving around them. Okay? So these are what the stars are saying, and I'm telling you, some of these things, I don't know. If some of the DNA can't come in, but stand up and say, BBC. I don't even go and then investigate it because I believe the stars. Okay? Yanko number 38. Syria will be rebuilt due to the elimination of sanctions from the Western world with a lot of foreign money. So there was so much sanction Syria. All those sanctions will be removed, and then Sikapa or Mosabekantino, the country will be rebuilt. That's Syria. Number 39. There will be an extension of the Abraham Accord that will include Syria and other Arabic nations. One already know there's some Abraham Accord to be a Trump. They shall say, Israel for some Arabic nations. So this year, 2026, Syria be joining this Abraham Accord, and you know, other Arabic countries be joining the Abraham Accord. Israel for be teaming up. On benya some deals be said to come see ya. You be support also a 2 year be support that kind of thing. You be see in 2026. Number 40. The Ukraine war will come to an end in 2026. I predicted it in my previous predictions, and that will happen in 2026. Like I said, in 2025, Russia will keep some land with natural resources and claim victory. Putin will be forced to accept peace deal to end the war because there is going to be a lot of things against him in Russia. So back in 2025, we can say, in 2026, Russia ebedi Ukraine so unkunim. Na omunkunu ombedi say omanya landa. Sa land no ye was a good bebre resources wom. Bema Russia for energy. Now Putin will be forced to accept the deal now because as Antokwano are dragged for too long, or lose so many things. So the people in Russia will not be happy with Russia president, So he will be forced to accept the deal. Now about like I say, this is number 40. 41. Russia armament factory will be targeted by a clandestine move by Ukraine. Nti baby a Russia for omumfidie bi wo akode kese bebrebe aye factory no. Clandestine Ukraine for be attack armament factory na Russia in 2026. Now 42. There will be a fallout between Russia and China. I am giving you tomorrow's news today. There will be a fallout between Russia and China. Russia and China, when your allies by 2026, time to say there will be a fallout between Russia and China. A kind of conflict, not military conflict, but one of weapons, market, a conflict of interest of kind. They had to say, Russia and China are close, but there will be a fallout in 2026. You get what I'm to call. But as I say, market-wise, country be a China person no dealing ebia Russia so pay. Na omunya say akwaye maintain me ho ase bi kind of thing. Say the be ya obi abetimanyama because Russia American go China, they are selfish people. When China is supporting you, it's not because they love you. It's because they know what they can gain from you. Yes. And then when a drew baby na America for tariffs be sanctions echo Russia so say a man for better even oil crowd or Russia on bema sanction no ebema China ni India o match o kakra ntino market be a hona Russia again is free no China will try to claim all that. So at the fallout beba Russia and China and them. Number 43, India will stop buying Russia weapons. So Unima, India for Russia weapons no more. By 2026, they will stop buying weapons from Russia. Number 44, both the Russia and China leaders are having declining health issues, which will be very obvious in 2026 and will be talked about in the news. What I'm saying is that Russia, Xi Jinping, and Vladimir Putin, stars and say 2026, or more health, a bit deteriorate, very, very visible, and it will be in the news. Even if I was Xi Jinping, crowd make quite a mark of was say, on Bayano transplant, either kidney, liver, or something transplant in 2026. I had in the same baby our China. I'll go there. But how do they make about the health of Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin? Say, more health in bed deteriorate to a point. A baby news the world will know. Number 45. Venezuela government will fall in 2026 through the cartels or the US. There will be a new government in the country which will have some difficulties from the citizens, but inflows of money from America into the oil sector will change the minds of the citizens. There will be a lot of resistance in Venezuela. The star and say the Venezuela former government will fall in 2026, whether through some cartels or through the US. Okay, now a new government now about basis also bring a lot of problems from the citizens. But later no sika be from America abeko Venezuela ntino ebema citizens no ayi o ma try say o money abane bitime ye adwuma. So that is what the stars is saying. Say 2026 Venezuela government will fall. Now a fall here, the new government now will go through a lot of difficulties, but there will be so much money coming from America to Venezuela. Ebema abane no etimi try manage no man. Number 46. Cuba will go through major problems after the Maduro government in Venezuela. So Venezuela government a collapse we are about affect Cuba seriously in 2026. Number 47. A complete change in Cuba will happen in 2026. The Cuba government will be brought down. There will be an attack on Cuba because of a secret Chinese base, and this attack will be by the US. Finally, the problems of Cuba will be solved by Trump. Did the Americans say a complete change in Cuba will happen in 2026? The Cuba government will be brought down. Then here, America for who say Russia and China for our secret as a military base be Cuba omunim. Do mu hu enu a ebe mo tu eye Cuba government nego. No mu we are whatever problem we ho no Trump be try so be solve problem no. This is what the stars are saying. Don't forget, I'm giving you tomorrow's news today. Mark it and see. You hear it in the news. Maybe I should also watch a video, like the video, invite people to join us because the algorithms, say like if you do be I be mama na kwachiri. You with my support to your channel and obeti me why? Okay, so you call number 48. I can see a public building of Roman architecture being hit by a meteor or a missile in France in 2026. It means in France. So okay, yeah. 2025, Mekatu say there will be a terrorist attack at the Eiffel Tower. 2025. That thing should have happened during the Christmas Eve. So okay, yeah, France. Almost Christmas Eve, Oman D. Because Omunya Intel starts in intro. Whatever the star says will happen. And don't forget, we are giving you tomorrow's news today. So I can see a public building of Roman architecture being hit by a meteor or missile in France in 2026. Then be seen as a Roman infrastructure be. Can't it ancient structure be? Missile back of Shimana, a meteor will go and hit that building in 2026. 49. A complete meltdown of the economy for the UK. UK this year, more economy, a better tiap and some is a better. Oh, UK try much know how to invest because UK economic woes a bit so much. Now, my government now so be shibasa. I am coming there. Number 50. The UK Prime Minister will go, but through a lot of chaos. There will be a caretaker Prime Minister when he goes until substantive one comes on board. A general election will be called later in 2026 and the Reform Party will win with a small margin. Many Labour politicians will join the Reform Party. So it means that in 2026, UK Prime Minister will go through a lot of problems, a lot of chaos. You begin if you feel why there will be a caretaker and sana ya tuaba. Na ya tuaba the Reform Party UK and a be winning. Before the election, there are so many politicians, more Labour Party, more omunyina be defeated. Ako the Reform Party. Markets. I am giving you tomorrow's news today, and it will happen as I'm telling you, because the stars don't lie. 51. The stars predict Joe Biden leaving the world in 2026. I feel bad saying this because I know, say, our lives are in the hands of providence. But this is what the stars are saying. Yeah. Stars and say Joe Biden, the former president of the US, will leave us in this 2026. Yes. But this is what the stars are saying, so I have to tell you. Normally, I don't feel good when we have to talk about somebody's demise. I say the meltdown is good chaos. It's opening a new way to transactions. Yeah, definitely. So, Yanko, number 52. There will be rising of socialism in the US, a dangerous move in the US that will invoke serious uprising. I say, Oko New York no, or more, mayor no, or a socialist kind of thing, even though or Democrat, but a socialist Democrat. And into socialism, it has a paja, US, because a lot of uprisings. 53, I can see the Republicans maintaining majority in the Senate, but they will lose in the House in the coming elections in 2026. That will make it difficult for President Trump. And in the US, no, or more Senate, or more Congress, or more Twaba. The stars and I say Republicans on maintain majority our Senate ho. But I call a House what they are. Hombe lose. A banner sana, a man difficult for President Trump. Sabia obetimi. I no more person here the way open. 54 no. I predicted the fall out of President Trump and Elon Musk, which happened, and the stars are saying they will come back together. There will be a new partnership between them. So back here 2025. Mekachira will say President Trump and Elon Musk there will be a fallout. Yeah. And I'm charity saying there's going to be a fallout between President Trump and Elon Musk. It happened exactly. The stars are saying say in 2026, President Trump and Elon Musk teaming up together. Then there will be a serious partnership again between them. Yeah, whatever I tell you will happen because the stars do not lie. Number 55, there will be some scandals against President Trump that will involve many great leaders, but this can't bring President Trump down. I can see some spiritual leaders involved, so there will be some scandal against Trump in 2026, and this is going to be a very serious one. There will be some big pastors and big church leaders, some spiritual people be or mere part of that scandal, but that scandal will not be able to bring Trump down. Yeah, it will not bring him down. So that's what the science is saying. And I know number 55. So 56. Canadian Prime Minister will have a lot of backlash, but he will still be in power. But he will go through a lot of problems in September 2026 for him. And that will force him, his government, to make a lot of changes. So Canadian Prime Minister will go through so much problems. Especially in September, there will be a lot of reforms on the government, seriously. 57. I can see 2026 will be the beginning of the weakness of the Communist Party in China. A worldwide Chinese influence will be uncovered in 2026. How China and Russia money has been pumped to Western countries to sabotage their government through the universities. So what it means is that in 2026, there are so many kululu be a Russia for China for on bring it down the Western world through universities. Sika more pump it among for campaign, serious campaign demonstration. I say Jnana, the CEO of the BP Krishna. Actually, I can't answer. That's what's going to happen. Baba daddy say Russia for China for share all the universities are no more that demonstration Russia for any China for and Iran for kakra and Qatar for kakra shim and on yes I didn't about daddy in 2026. They may say I can see 2026 will be the beginning of the weakness of the Communist Party in China. So China government in 2026 on behalf CSA or Mokofum. And I'm telling you something I'm going to tell you in October 2027 something is going to happen. I saw that this morning from 2026 to 2030. No more BBC. So stay here. Invite people. See the fake prophets are here taking notes. Anyway, stars me prophet. Me prophet too. But they're making a bit see as I'm saying. Because the stars do not lie. I was young call number 58. It will come to light that there has been major bribery from China to many world leaders. In 2026, when the dead is there, China for bribe almost the whole world. The leaders are bribe about the dead in 2026. 59. The Chinese president will leave in 2027. Xi Jinping is a strong leader in China. But the star is saying that he will leave in 2027. He will have a major transplant that will cause problems to his health. There will be some controversy after the transplant. Maybe someone's organ will be used. The decline of his political power and health will be very visible in 2026. So what the side is saying is that Xi Jinping 2026, the health will be very bad. Obey here transplant. In fact, stars and either kidney or whatever. Some of the transplant. Now, on transplant we are. About be chaotic because about say nipa no mu use no organ there no. Enye obi a I say ya chi obi na ya yi ni organ da kokoshe mama no. That kind of thing. About be news about be that bonten. Market. Xi Jinping a transplant in 2026. It will happen. Yeah. I'm saying you'll be out to follow me. Especially follow me forecast. Only what I'm saying. Like the video, share the video, let's go. So number 59 I'm a kind said the Chinese president will leave in 2027. He will have a major transplant that will cause problems to his health. There will be some controversy after the transplant. Maybe someone's organ will be used. I say obi organ here issue and yeah there farmer so that kind of thing back where issue will be Number 60. A very senior official in China or a military or security person will disappear through death in China. There will be speculations of internal coup attempt against Xi. I didn't know China, a military official and a security official be Yabachina Kumno. Never who say or try say or you coup to Xi Jinping and Yachin Yokumno. ABC Obating was some news. Number 61. There will be a collapse of something structural in China. Something like a great dam or a railway infrastructure in 2026. That will be seen by the people as a sign of fall from power for the government. It starts and say in 2026, something a infrastructure, they say a railway infrastructure and a dam be collapse China. And China for normally very superstitious people. Almost believe in mysticism. So when those things begin to happen like that, or because the government, mystically, it's like we're losing the control. Anything that be ACC will crew, okay? They may say there will be a collapse of something structural in China, something like a great dam or a railway infrastructure in 2026. That will be seen by the people as a sign of fall from power for the government. 62. Australia will strengthen its ties with the US. Very important deals like the rare earth metals, manufacturing of rare earth metals. Australia for country any problem economically. No. Australia will do very well because strengthen our ties with the US. Our important deals with the rare earth metals now America for free China no. So now them focus because Australia until manufacturing of the rare earth metals mining until 63. There will be huge sum of money from the US to Australia. And the Australia for no benye sikapa from US because of the rare earth metals now. Or free Australia into American money about Australia this year no Number 65. Many parts of the world will have water crisis in 2026. especially South Africa, some other parts of Africa too, Iran including, Europe and Far East, Australia also. So it means that many parts of the world, ever experience water crisis in 2026, especially South Africa number one. Oko Africa, other Africa countries Iran, be, and Oko Europe, so the same then Far East and Australia. Omunyina benya serious water crisis issue in 2026. Number 66. Many water bodies, rivers, and dams will dry up in 2026. So in 2026, a man must go to Australia. Yeah, when you're Australia this year, go there. So many water bodies, rivers, and dams will dry up in 2026. Number 67. Australia will in 2026 emerge as a strong contender in space business. So, and I'm saying, Omore air metals, deals because it's they will invest more into the space business. Okay. Number 68. Elon Musk will partner the Australian government to build a spaceship with the help of the US government. Australia will do well economically whilst the world suffers somehow. In the West air so far, Australia will do well. There's going to be a partnership between Elon Musk and Australian government through the help of the US government. Ombe partner omba koye bibi about a year spaceship over Australia. They make ABC because this is tomorrow's news given today. Number 69. The government of France will collapse. Macron will go. Stars and say Emmanuel Macron will go in 2026. His government will collapse this year. Number 70. There will be direct confrontation between Philippines and China. Even though it wouldn't generate into a full-blown war, but the weapons will be about who owns some land. The Philippines and China a big issue in 2026. To enquire big war. Our land be to basis between Philippines and China. Okay, so let's go to number 71. North Korea leader will face a serious health problem in 2026, and there will be moves to replace him. So then, Kim Jong-un starts and I say 2026, the health, will be facing a lot of serious health problems. 2026. And replace South Africa. The ruling government in South Africa, ANC, will fracture due to severe energy crisis. There will be blackouts everywhere. South Africa being a big issue. The ANC government will suffer like anything because there will be serious crisis, high energy crisis. South Africa in 2026. Number 73. There is going to be serious political turmoil in Turkey due to the health of Erdogan in 2026. So Erdogan Turkey for leader starts in the health. So it seems you see the whole world, all the leaders now being a health issue because we are dealing with the sun. And when the sun rules, health is something else. Especially if the negative side of the sun affects you. And until all the leaders now are performing very good, the negative effect of the sun, so more health because but what here, about 6 different leaders are health so Turkey will experience a very serious there's going to be a serious political turmoil in Turkey due to the health of Erdogan in 2026. Number 74. Turkey will experience a very serious earthquake that will cause severe problems with infrastructure and damages Turkey's finances due to some slowdown in tourism. I predicted earthquake in the sea. I will take in again a new footballer be free. Stars like I say, an earthquake of that magnitude is going to happen in 2026. I best say no baby. Yes, I best say no baby. I remember tourism because tourism or Pantino, you could see people will be afraid to go to Turkey. Okay. Let's go to number 75. I am seeing serious revoke in Europe by farmers. There will be food shortages and disruption in Europe or EU and UK as well. Holland, France, Germany, and Italy. And farmers or more Europe. a lot of demonstration, revoke against their government because said there's going to be serious shortages of food. There will be a lot of disruption about Europe. Number 76, there will be many youth uprising in universities globally, particularly in the US and Europe. A kind of youth movement fighting against the fact that they are being sidelined, okay? Because of more degrees, and because of AI. So there's going to be something like a youth movement in 2026. On Besha say has universities, globally, no serious demonstration. Nina say AI edge or to school degrees. So there's going to be a youth uprising movement at ABC 2026. The banner said that there will be a lot of new rules imposed on universities here. Students and them pet. To has more demonstrators. So there will be a kind of an uprising movement on universities. A trouble will be in 2026. 77. The flight 370 MH370 will be found in Thailand. Obekaya plane BX Okoye up to no munyan. Malaysia for plane Obekaya starting in 2026. MH370 will be found in Thailand. This is what the start. I say, please, is MPP going to be in opposition for 40 years? Please, no offense. Please, I'm not coming there now. Wait. I have something about the MPP and NDC. Something about Ghana at the tail end of this. Okay. Number 78. The major earthquake in Turkey will affect Iran as well. So I can say there will be a huge earthquake. Said about could see a free mono. A BBC CBU in 2026. I will Turkey. They see a bear affect Iran in okay. So 79. The Himalayas will also experience a serious earthquake in India as well. Streams, rivers, even the Ganges will be distracted. To call the Himalayas and Mount Everest one so starts on say earthquake be sure. They see where a bear affect rivers, streams, even river Ganga and India and got very distracted. Don't forget, I'm giving you tomorrow's news today. 2014, NSA Malaysia for play no a crash here. Starts and say obi who play no. Say be an a pass you who say good baby, but others say good. Number 80. There will be huge earthquakes in the Caribbean. Okay, in the Caribbean and the east coast of the US. That will further goes north, reaching even New York. There will be huge earthquakes in the Caribbean and the east coast of the US. That will further goes north. It will go north, reaching even New York. Caribbean ho, earthquake CBC. Ebekwa to east coast of US. Abeba even New York for bedding. Ebe experience be. What's the favorite color for the year? Don't worry, I'm coming there. All right. Number 81. Me say my mama 109. Okay. Number 81. I saw a serious damage to a nuclear or a chemical facility in Europe, especially in France. That will cause some toxins in the environment. So there will be a chemical facility or nuclear facility a bit damage. 2026. A bit say environment a bit polluted with toxins. Number 82. The Middle East will experience severe water shortages in 2026. Middle East, about bread this year like anything else. Number 83, America and Europe will find issues with water. But at the same time, the Far East will experience flooding in China. Do we call America and Europe no? Ombenya issue will ensue home. At the same time, we call China, Far East no, na ensue flood. So the opposite will happen. My motion wake up. Remember, wake up. Who is going to be first, second, and third in 2026? Wake up. Eba. Yanko number 84. The Iceland will experience massive volcanic actions. Even though this happens mostly, but it will be severe in 2026. Oko Iceland, they be na volcanic eruptions see, but they be see 2026 no. Ebe adu twam. Mama num nsuo na meba 85. Yanko 85. I saw a new building that will be focused on a new form of energy, maybe with water that will help the world. A very good news. I want to say the whole world will issue with energy. In 2026, the stars is seen say there will be a new building be scientific building be I be focus on some be generate energy, maybe using water. I be very clean energy and yet difficult to come by. A bit see 2026. Number 86, massive space technology in Australia. Like I said earlier, no, that will be done by SpaceX. A very good positive news. Massive space technology in Australia. SpaceX, Elon Musk company, no, and no money Australia for a year. Space technology can see a power. 87, Elon Musk will step into film making as Hollywood is collapsing. And you say, is it not funny? Elon Musk will venture or step into filmmaking as Hollywood is collapsing. It is going to happen. Okay? There will be medical breakthrough in 2026 for cancer, HIV. And I'm catching them say, because the sun is ruling, no. This year, you be a vaccine for cancer, vaccine for HIV, any medication for your DBA. Okay? So I know you're 88. You go 89. There will be anti-aging vaccine in 2026 that will shock the medical world. In 2026, you know, there will be an anti-aging vaccine. I bet shock the medical world. Vaccine at war and will appear in 2020. One hour supposed about gig, you know, data why I'm blocking to stop. Okay, so let's go to number 90. The Stars predicts the demise of Prince or King Charles of the UK. That will cause many changes in the royal family. Duko UK, no, King Charles, and after Prince Charles. Stars and say he is going to leave. Now, there will be a lot of changes in the royal family in the UK. Number 91. The World Cup 2026 will experience problems in Mexico by the drug cartels to mess it up. The World Cup Mexico, no. The cartels, drug cartels, and be cause problem during the World Cup. We be the making. Until you about Canada, you about US, and Mexico will problem because of the drug cartels. Some say almost say government needing. So the World Cup no person go here. Now go to the US, go to Canada, don't go to Mexico. Because the drug cartels be cause problems in the FIFA World Cup in 2026 market. Now, no footballers in Muntie, maybe I'm appalled about the World Cup. Why? Tonight, I'm say the World Cup 2026 will experience problems in Mexico by the drug cartels to mess it up. Number 92. Argentina, Spain, and France will be the finalists in the FIFA World Cup in 2026. Finals will be between Spain and Argentina will win. What is it? And you mean make a stars in Eka. Please share this video, like the video. And you mean make a stars in Eka. 92. Argentina, Spain, and France will be the finalists in the FIFA World Cup in 2026. Finals will be between Spain and Argentina will win. Yeah. And you mean make a stars in Eka. Yeah. 92 no. A back high, number 92. Number 93, the Saudi Arabia will emerge as a strong football nation because they will buy big football clubs like Valencia or Inter Milan. That will cause many upset in Europe. Saudi Arabia be top either say Valencia and as Inter Milan. Yes, or be top. Omoto e be cause problem e Europe. Say didn't see na ye club. Mama Other for better. Ebe cause a lot of problems. They make in 93 no. 94. I am seeing major Hollywood studio collapse in 2026. The Hollywood almost studio ke sia omo ye movies ho omo ha omo ye adwuma ebe collapse in 2026. They may say I am seeing major Hollywood studio collapse in 2026. Number 95. Netflix will encounter major problems in 2026 as its shares will collapse and lose a lot of followers. Netflix saying na area no. Ombe encounter big problem in 2026. But more shares are collapsing. Ombe lose a lot of followers. Number 96. Elon Musk will enter the movie industry, causing problems for Netflix. So Netflix problem, you know, Elon Musk never cause it because he will enter in there and all the different apps we will buy and show better movies, better good things, and better more clear than Netflix. So people will start losing interest in Netflix or movie call the Elon Musk. Okay, good. Number 97. President Trump will pursue his issues with BBC, but he might discontinue the case along the way, but will cause a lot of changes to how BBC operates. When you have Trump or say or the BBC for air court stars and I say along the way, you know, or be discontinue the case, you know, but anything a lot of changes our BBC how are more operative. Number 98. They say I see fire in a film set that caused a celebrity harm. I say muyi movies muhona or muyi movies na ejatum na ejatum celebrity be obi owodi pa na obi pira kese pa. 99. There will be scandals of major celebrities trafficking. So there will be trafficking a best scandal against major celebrities of the world. 100. I see a stadium disaster in a least expected place in 2026. 2026, you know, there will be a stadium disaster. But be a man for quiet suspected BBC. We are number 100, you know. Number 101. From Hannah person may know a child way. I will share this video before I go forward. So Bekaya, in Kame, you can have a BDSC. Kame is 100 because I'm a pen number 1. Tini. T. Baby, I'm not doing better numbers because I'm going to give you some information 2026 to 2030, what is going to happen. Me forecast, you know, me Troy, EBABC number 100. You know why? Because this year, 2026, number 1. To me say, member forecast 100 up to number 100. Number 100 is number 1. But this morning, early dawn, when I sat down and I was doing sober reflection on the things I've written, when I go deep down my heart, I started doing projection. I got new message just today. I got new message. And your message kono. A message ihu. Ti hona madru ye from 101 all the way to 109 or 107 no. And no number become 7. I wanted to share the video, like the video, like here, like the video, share the video, invite your friends. Yeah. From here going, you know, I am giving information from 2026 to 2030, what the world should expect. I say, oh, Ronaldo is unless 2034 on that be obviously God or me who comment the biana pesa make kan yo. Okay, I'm saying Kosovo. Spain and Argentina, how come bet on it? Guys, let me know. They say stars and they say Argentina, Spain, and France. Okay? The Spain and Argentina Beco finance, Argentina will win. Stars and Naka. At times some of these things, you know. So what the wide you can't say it. But when the stars say something, I believe. I've been dealing with the stars for many years and I trust the stars. So this is what the stars are saying. So I have to say it. Yeah. So from 101 all the way to 107, It's something about what is going to happen from 2026 to 2030. Yeah. I'm afraid. Shadia, from 2026 to 2030, the top 5 countries in the world will be in a great war. Good. In from 2026 to 2030, the top 5 countries in the world would be in a great war. The US, China, Russia, India, and Europe. But Adenankasa ebesha ase from October 2027. Mpempenso no besha ase afia by October 2027 and adi besha ase. Stars and say something that looks like the Third World War will happen in 2032. But we need yet. Yeah. We need yet. Yeah. It's serious. From 2026 to 2030, the top 5 countries in the world will be in great war. US, China, Russia, India, Europe. Now, where do you stars in the can? Stars no would din bobo we din on US we din because sa normal we din the whole see sa focus minimum we are there. It has been written down for thousands of years, but every 500 year no new message comes. The same message now na asenya repeat it. Every 300 years now, every 500 years now repeat it. Every 500 years now repeat it. Nti anopa yi a mete ho na me hwe na my focus na up to 100. And nti me ye na metena say I have to meditate and see. And no am anybody ho nkomo na be kosan. And a new information we by anopa we yanti we anopa na metro ye. From 101 to 107. Nti we say from 2026 to 2030 the top 5 countries in the world will be in a great war. Stars na ambo countries in the Miana medical country in the share na hwade stars no e kan e din e kan e. Or say the one that rules the seas, the one that rules the lands of the dragon, the one that rules from the snows, the one that rules from the snows, the one that lies in the lamp of Dharma and religion, and the one that lies in the ruins of empires. So when the stars not the stars e kan we no mu a wa more US din, wa more China din, wa more Russia din, wa more Europe din, wa more India din, but yenim because mystically there are terms are code names for these countries. So the one that so the world will be in great crisis. See, the one that rules the seas, the US. Yeah. The one that rules the seas, the US, according to mystical understanding. The one that rules the lands of the dragon, China for. The one that rules from the snows, Russia. The one that rises from the snows, Russia. The one that lies in the lump of Dharma or religion, India. And the one that lies in the ruins of empire, Europe. So a mystical coding. So the stars in Ambo country ding by US, China, Russia, Europe, and India. Or more and as our code name we stand for. The one that rules the seas, US. The one that rules the lands of the dragon, China. The ones that rises from the snow, Russia. The one that lies in the lump of Dharma, India. And then the one that lies in the ruins of empire, Europe. And stars and I say all these 5 countries, from 2026 It seems China will be dismantled, collapsed, or restarted. The US will be damaged in places during this period. The negative element of India will be removed. The calamities will be global. Now sound is there, boy. Okay. Number 103. Because of this impending problem, you cannot do anything about it. I cannot do anything about it. This is something that has been written down thousands of years, and every 500 years, you repeat it. The same information every 500 years, you repeat it. And I repeat it, say 2026 to 2030. These 5 countries, major countries of the world, they will be in a serious battle. But they can say by 2032, and something that looks like third world will be seen. So then, yes, to get into 2032, something that looks like the third world war is going to happen. But it doesn't mean say we are singing our best. No, there will be war. Say they'll call Ukraine, and the call see Ukraine. No, oh, I say voice about say eba, and I'm a boy. It's coming, and I'm a boy. Mike can call off by say eba. That looks like the third world war. Yeah, eba. But it doesn't mean say. Sound about eba demon checking here. Say American Oko Ukraine and to quite see what Ukraine still people are living there. Oko Russia and to quite cost the people are still living there. So yes, and to quite say but that doesn't mean the whole world is coming to an end. No, the world will still be there, but there's going to be chaotic. Now idea from 2026 all the way to 2030 American. And I'm the baby sintin and I'm be where say obi to and I'm member of advice no. And from 103. There are things you need to focus on. Things that you need to focus on. Focus on these before the time. That's 103. Focus on these before the time. A, number 1. Remove toxins in your body. What does it mean? That means living a chemical-free life. Huh? Try to live a chemical-free life. You're polluted. You're polluted. You're polluted. And in turn, we should try as much as possible. Say, you better remove toxins from our body. Any ways and means that obey to me a fire you must do it. Because that time to kind of basis is, say we will be a system so already full of toxins. And from maybe a boy I now. And you must focus on these, remove toxins in your body. That is living a chemical-free life. Number 2, radiation from gadgets and devices. Try say over fasting from those things. Too much gadgets, like me, I use gadgets all the time. But in fact, since morning, me who's I do in my shop, say me you're very careful. Timbi our gadgets will be, over that for to be a little bit far away from you. Timbi a screen so near, you're very careful. So we should try, say, radiation from gadgets and devices. Then over-reliance or dependence on internet and artificial intelligence. These 3 things should be our hallmark from 2026 to 2030 because of what is yet to happen. Subsequently, the remedies, beba. Match no maybe I'll beat me some tea be a bit my yarn, one can bit my yarn all the time. You remove toxins. Take a bass chinabino and to be a senior to nuclear weapon being and home vibration and a home from a be bad. Because there was system what to me eradicate all these toxins, a bit me see even medical information where the ammo. But like I'm saying, there have been wars can be happening all the time, so don't be afraid. And to quite be see a bad drain. Because even Oko Gaza and Pa now use it for a two bomb all the time people were still living there. It doesn't mean the world is coming to an end. But it's going to be very chaotic. I'll be clear with you. Young call number 104. Radio. In 2028, 2029, the world will be in a big hunger and there will be restrictions on movement. There will be another lockdown. like what we experienced during the COVID times. So 2028, 2029, a com kesiye bebe we ase. Yeah. A com kesiye, and there will be restrictions on movement. What happened during COVID-19? Something that looks like that will happen 2028, 2029. They're making a market and see. Don't forget, I'm giving you tomorrow's news today. Number 105. There will be some great avatars to change some situations in the world during the period. So from 2026 all the way to 2030, now each will be seen. There will be some powerful beings, saintly people that will also manifest. They will come out. Almost positive energy, will help to resolve some of these problems in the world. So a very good point to say, some saintly people, some grave souls within this period, will manifest, and they will do good to the world with their positive vibrations. Number 106. Something that looks like a third world war will start after October 27. We mark from last year, because the stars do not lie. Something that looks like the third world war will start after October 2027. 107. October 2027 will be the time that China will finally attack Taiwan. So China will attack Taiwan. America be jiga ebeyen tokakesi. China will be dismantled. The US will be there will be places in the US that best say completely. But China so will be dismantled, will be completely vanquished. So after October 2027, stars and say China will finally attack Taiwan. The my prediction can be for Ghana in 2026, because the universal year number 1, ruled by the sun. The Ghana will experience themes of new beginnings, bold leadership, innovation, and independence on a collective level, aligned with the numerological number number 1. So astrologically, there will be Saturn in Pisces throughout the whole year. From 2025 now to us, and emphasize on discipline, karmic lessons, structural reforms, and emotional or spiritual maturity. This can manifest as challenges in governance, economy, or collective illusion, dissolving as example here, realism in policy, addressing long-term issues like resources or boundaries. Ghana will have issues with the boundaries this year. Ghana will have issues with boundaries this year, because the issue with boundaries are either say a terrorist attack be some group of people will try to claim some part of Ghana in a way. Ghana is going to experience according to the stars. So Ghana will have issues with resources and boundaries this year. So Ghana manya very careful. Now momu entertain any tribe be I bet try any baby, because based on this, number 1, the sun is ruling. The abana aman is someone yet the baby one finance idea, so we will have some problems that have to do with boundaries in 2026. But also steady progress, through hard work, and accountability, Ghana will do well. So as I say, I try to steady progress, or hard work and accountability. With this, Ghana beat me at the year. But Jupiter will enter into Cancer. Okay, and this will be around June. So in Ghana, it will bring expansion, it will bring protection, nurturing energy, and growth in areas like home, family security, emotional well-being, and foundational stability, and then farming. So this year, Kuyajuma if this time year to be a June in a Mkoyi. But from June going, Sabano emnya the positive influence of the sun. And now me bobo dini in expansion, protection, nurturing energy, the growth in areas like home, family security, farm, emotional well-being, and foundational stability in ebekoyi. But if the negative side of the sun, or number 1, affected Ghana, it is going to be problematic. There will be so much joy in Ghana because of FIFA World Cup in Ghana. Yeah, I learned someone say group L, alongside with England, Croatia, and Panama. So this could spark some national pride, some unity and excitement, resonating with the universal year number one, the normal leadership. So Jupiter will be in Cancer, and that means that it be here protection, it be here emotional boost, or media. So from June going, the government need to work on these things. So other potential mundane influences, will include economic stability. That's early 2026, Ghana, Sikasembe kosu year fine. Inflation be from if the currency is strong, was strong. Now it will carry over from late 2025 and all the way near that will be remove 2025, 2026. Any more calling in our say be a bit to me, crack. And indeed, overall, 2026 appears a year of renewal and opportunity for Ghana astrologically. So new leadership directions, because the year is number one and the sun is ruling, discipline, restructuring, and mid-year emotional foundational growth will help Ghana bit me a day. Couple that with a work up your team call nation pride and all that. Never man no to me, but challenges may arise from planet Saturn's position, testing our energy until from June kono. You better see any energy crisis. So I easy gini doing so from June kono. You better see I experience it. But when we balance our effort, everything is going to be fine. So these are a few things I would like to say about Ghana. I've written something down about MPP. Election now, I've written something about it, but Makasa for 2 hours. Maybe there may life for remedies, Now me the MPP ni NDC for election study be call na me abeka ho. Abusia. And some beka chire mu nyina no. So beka ya me say work up no. Stars in say. 3 countries. Argentina, Spain, and France. 3 of them. Argentina and Spain ebeko finals. Na Argentina are winning. That's what stars are saying. You know, make stars in Naka. It's from June going, there's going to be energy crisis in Ghana. So the government should start working on it from now. So if they have to get some few things, no more make kipuki posebia say ata no so on betimi aya. And yes, from June going, Ghana is going to enter into energy crisis. Ghana stand in Machiro, first, second, third, and Amakano. Omakani in Iva Montunchen. Okay, the most important is first, second, third, and Amakano. Argentina, Spain, and France. Sana stars in the can. And as you know, me, I am the mouthpiece of the stars. What the stars say, I will say it. But in that I say, I am not God. I'm a human. Yes. And you be beyond 100%. But normally, we follow stars in nature. What the star says, what can you go ahead and say it? But you always be the question, maybe say, yes, 4 minutes. If you want to ask some question, crypto, go and watch the video back. I gave prediction on crypto, detailed reading on crypto. So wait my video. The video you ever post to at the top Facebook. I mean, post to YouTube. Obiti mi akwa ewo. Any coup in Africa, yeah. In fact, stars and say world stage, Venezuela government obeko, Cuba obeko, Colombia government and it's be break it down. Iran regime and it's be falling. These are the 4. Over Africa, I will have said 3 other coups will happen in Africa in 2026. Because the sun is ruling is about leadership. But the negative trait of sun number 1, ISN, there are a lot of chaos, ABCC. And 3 African countries will experience a coup d'etat. And I'll call the world stage so Venezuela government will go, Colombia government will go, Cuba will go, Iran regime will go. These are what the stars are saying. So the finals of World Cup is my pension. The way I will stick by the What about agriculture? Farming. From now up to June, farming is going to do very well. But from June, no better style. So the government have to start preparing things now so they be a bit more sustaining the difficulties that you be experiencing after June 2026. But the musia you can more than 2 hours. And in the video no our Facebook wa obeti me be later. You better to YouTube, we talk about YouTube. Try so better training. I mean, say Mr. Kofi be the better training na dey ato. As it you be market the SC ni the SCB you be market. Better ma say Nyankopon kan obi African Cup manye bibi amfa ho. Why? Tell me we no ama ma adwem te manye bibi amfa nka ho. What to do to align with the sun? Ma be ye remedies no nti me de beba 2 hours is enough. Esa video ni tintin brebe ya. What of the stock market? Mpacho maka ho 70 ko video ni back. Why? Can you repeat 101 and 102? Go back and watch the video. I will say, I will come back with remedies of 2026. Then I'll be to me, 2026 and will be to me, I live good individually. The Bible, yes, I video. Until time I will let you know. Then you bet you know the color of the year. And this year, no, you bet you know the element, a rule this year, and I'm about remedies until me, you will get it. The money say Nyankopon ka obi ahu de be musuni asan Nyankopon pangu de be yenhyane adomon fandomo the money say this is Jnana Church das na Ayebiafo Jnana. I came over here to give you tomorrow's news today. Mark everything down. All that I said will happen. Bye bye.